I used to have nightmares about that night. They were horrifying. Horrible nightmares. I used to wake up screaming, cakes and pies, foaming at the mouth. It all started 2 years ago. I went to the prom with my boyfriend, Tommy. He was a nice guy. He really liked to have sex in cars. I wasn't really up for that, though. He liked to open doors for me, too. It was a beautiful prom that night. He wanted me to dance. I said okay. I'd never danced before, but for some weird reason, he insisted that we dance on top of the turntables. I got really dizzy. I kind of felt sick. I almost puked, but then I didn't. But I got really dizzy. We won prom king and queen, even though my boyfriend had never been to my school before. All I could think the whole time, when they were clapping, was, "They like me! They really like me! Look at them clapping, they love me!" So I smiled, and it was so amazing. And they like me! They really, really like me! But right around then, things got a little weird. And soon enough, I got really upset. Really upset. So was my boyfriend, but he forgot really quickly. They were all laughing at me. And they were laughing at me. And even the principal was laughing at me. So I decided to laugh with them, so as not to ruin the fun. But then I started to frown. And then things caught on fire. It was a lot of fun. But then I left. I decided to go home. Prom was boring. But really, none of that happened. And I woke up. Since then, I decided to change my look. I dyed my hair black, and I started wearing glasses. I was sitting around my house, and my mom called. She always liked to talk about Jesus, and she was asking me if I was coming down for Christmas that year, but I wasn't too sure. I didn't really like Christmas all that much, but she was a Christmas freak. She started getting Christmas ready like 3 months in advance. I could tell she was a little pissed when I said I wasn't coming. "She's not coming for Christmas! Oh, I gotta get ready to go. Chop, 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 chop!" So I got on the bus, and I was going downtown to meet up with my ex-boyfriend, Tommy. Seems that he had cheated on me with another guy. Really lame. Sometimes I find myself watching people. I like to watch people walk. Like to think about maybe what they're thinking about, like what kind of glasses they might buy. Tommy was late as usual. He always liked to get me pissed off like that. He was such a jerk. He'd always, ask to hang out and then talk about how great a time he was having kissing boys. I hated him for that. But of course, I always came in with my usual jabs of, "Yeah, well, I'm sure you had sex with some underage kid, jerk face." And then this really nice lady came up and danced for us. I gave her $1. She was nice. Then we went for a walk. And everything seemed to be going fine until he decided to say something about my hair. That really pissed me. Pissed me right off. So we parted ways. I decided to go to this bar. It was a new bar. There were a lot of weird people there. And then I went outside for a smoke, just to relax. And as soon as I pulled out my cigarette, this really nice lady came up and lit it for me. Her name was Kitty. She talked about her life, how she used to bake cakes for the King of Spain, but he never returned her calls. I wasn't all that interested, though. I just told her about my life and tried to carry on a nice conversation. But she just kept on talking. She was really interested in me. I couldn't tell why, though. It was really weird. I just kept talking and asking questions, like, why are you here, and what's going on? But then I got really confused. Then she told me she was a lesbian. A lesbian, I said? My God, I had never been around a lesbian. I had to go. I had to go right then and there. So I shuffled away, shuffled into an alley. But she followed me, so I stopped to let her catch up, to find out what was going on. She kept on yelling at me, calling me a weird duck. It was really awful. And she kept on shaking her arms at me. It was really scary. And then she kissed me. I freaked out. And then it all happened again. I got real mad. I looked at her, and I stopped her heart. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but she started swearing at me again. I'll never forget her last words.
Ooh, somebody probably peed here.
I was still really pissed. When I realized what I had done, I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. So I ran. I got on the bus to go home. I was freaking out. I was having a panic attack. I couldn't control myself. Then I got off the bus and walked home and everything was okay. But I could smell somebody like an ex-boyfriend. And lo and behold, there he was, Tommy, trying to give me a present. Well, I asked him what it was, and he said it was chicken, but I'm a vegetarian. So I was like, how would you feel if somebody was shoving chicken in your face and you were a vegetarian? And he didn't like that all that much. I just told him to get the hell out of my life. And then I pushed him. I pushed him real hard. And then it happened again. And then I blacked out. When I came to, I didn't know where I was. All I knew that my butt was wet because I was in the cold snow. I got up and I looked around, and there was a guy laying next to me. I didn't know what was going on. I turned his head with my hands. I noticed, oh my God, it was Tommy! Had I killed him? Well, the memories started flooding back to me now. I didn't know what to do, so I fell. Now, I had killed 3 people by now. And what does a girl do when you kill 3 people? So I decided to get in a nice hot bath. There's nothing better than a nice hot bath after you've killed people. I cried a little. I was sad. So very sad. But then I woke up, and it was all a dream. I hadn't killed Tommy, or that lesbian at the bar. No, too bad I hadn't killed Tommy. He was a real big jerk. Well, I knew I had to check my email that morning, because my new boyfriend of the time, Donnie, he was supposed to email me with directions to a party. I like parties. They're fun. Rum-de-dum, dee-dee-dee, be-loop, 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 de-doop, doop, doop. Costume party tonight. Be there or be just plain stupid and lame. I like to brush my hair in the mirror. I think I look so pretty in this dress. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I better head off to that party now. I don't want to be late. That would be lame. And I don't want to be lame. Well, I guess this is the place. I hope everybody likes me. Get the fuck out of my way, jerk ass! I started looking for Donnie. He was a real sweetheart. I always liked to give him big wet kisses. Then all of a sudden, this guy who had slept with Tawny came up to me and started yelling at me. Oh, I couldn't tell what was gonna happen, but I'm sure that I was gonna get angry. I had control over everything in the room, so I grabbed the spatula right out of this guy's hand, and I stabbed him with it. I stabbed him good. He started bleeding everywhere. It was great. Everybody ran away, and I just sat there by myself and burned the house down into the ground.